What's going on, people? Welcome to another Arius Wave live stream. Welcome, Leg Nikhil, Lack Nil, Leg Neck Nil. What's up? It's 4 a.m. and you're up. What? Still? Or is it just because you got up early? Well, here in Melbourne, it's 9:07 p.m. We're starting off a bit early, well, later than usual, but early for you, late for me. It's not really late. It's just that I went out to dinner tonight and it took me a little while, but I've been pretty busy lately updating the members portal for the members to understand what's going on here. And this pattern is something we need to talk about. We have not seen a new low yet, and that's for a reason, right? If we would have seen a low, by now it would have happened. So I had no reason to post earlier. Last 2 days, you should have been thinking about, do I know the waves? Have I learned the waves? Should I be worried? Or am I just in need of an Arius wave update? It doesn't matter. Whatever the reason, now I'm on. So here we are. I knew it. Never went to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. I've been there before. Only problem these days, I have to keep up with the waves. So I have to keep up what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm spewing when I don't actually have time to bring updates because I'm so busy trying to help people, members especially, with learning the waves. But now, here we are. So let's not worry about the past because we have not made a new low yet, which to me is pretty normal. This is a bottoming process, and I'm going to explain to you how this has happened many times before, and this is just happening all over again. So there is no need to worry. There's no way this is going to go lower. Not with this pattern. Okay. So just waiting for more people to enter the room, say, state their claim, say hello, say their name. Otherwise, you know, I want to hear what do you think's happening? What do you think's happening in the markets? What do you think this pattern is that's going on right now with XLM and Bitcoin and everything else? I want to hear your thoughts. It'd be good to know what you guys are thinking right now, because at the moment, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed at all. So I want to hear why you need an Arius wave update. Why? Tell me now. Point 0.7? You mean like 7 cents? Well, you know, you need to learn the waves, man. You need to learn the waves because at this point in time, there is no reason to feel bearish at all. Even if people are bearish, who cares? That's a good sign. That's not a bad sign, right? So please, that's not a reason. Welcome, Mohammed. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, Chemistry. I'm very well. Thank you very much. I'm here to serve y'all, everyone. Well, when it comes to the waves. Welcome, Corda. I'm glad you caught our live stream. Corda. Good to see you. Good to see that Christian Bale face again. Makes me feel like I'm dealing with some, dark nights on a dark night. All right. Good. Good. I'm happy with what I see. People tuning in. People wanted this, so I'm bringing it. Welcome, Joshua. Yeah. This is pretty straightforward, but there are a couple of things that we need to consider here. And that's an interesting. Yeah, we'll get to it in a second, Joshua. Midpoint D wave correction. Oh yeah, you mean all up? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes, correct. So we're in wave C, which is the middle wave of a correction. We're in a D wave. No, sorry, hang on. We're in a. Okay. I see. Yep. Okay. So in XLM USD, yes, we are in wave D. We are in the middle of a correction. But what is that correction for? So yes, we're in the middle of a B, C, D, E correction. Yes, we're at the bottom of wave C. But what is the long-term pattern? So Joshua, check out the portal because I just put some new stuff on the portal. You remember? So just check out the portal. I did do some stuff this morning. I just got really busy afterwards. I had unexpected guests and had to go out to dinner. But I did manage to get about 40 minutes roughly of content into onto the portal. So that was really in-depth stuff. So check that out. In terms of XLM USD, yes, this is the end of wave C. We are now starting wave D. Once you check out the portal, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Mohammed asks, are we still looking at the same goal? Okay, so the way I'm going to answer this question is like this. When you know RES wave, right? When you learn the waves, you start to realize that once you start to set expectations, they can be based on certain things happening first. Like, for example, if this D wave makes an all-time high and then the E wave corrects back at the all-time high, then sure. But I think there's actually way more going on than that now. That's why I updated the portal for the members. I'm not going to get into that now, right? Because first we need to see wave D, right? So I'm not going to go into what I think is going to happen until we see confirmation of a wave D first, right? Why would I start to say, oh, expect this to happen, when we haven't even seen the first move up yet? We're still in wave 2 of a 5-wave move. It's just not a good idea to be putting out these kinds of targets and expectations for people. So I've stopped doing that, right? I've thought about this very hard, and I've actually come up with many solutions. I actually have many insights, but members get them first now. Members get priority. In fact, once we get to the end of June and the price goes to 999 USD in XLM, it's actually going to be yearly subscription from now on, right? So those who get in now and support the program, they only have to pay $4.99 XLM USD, and they get lifetime access to RS Wave. But I did my analysis on my my research on what's expected from me, and I realized that a lot more is going to be expected from me than what I initially anticipated. Okay, which is why I updated the portal today. Because the thing is, right, I can teach you RS Wave, but then you can know RS Wave, but how well will you learn RS Wave? Will you still be dependent on RS Wave in a year from now, 2 years from now? I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take you to learn it. But all I can tell you is that I'm going to have to put effort into giving those members ideas and start posting all this extra stuff along the way. So it's not just about you teaching you RS Wave. It's actually about me also giving you the ideas on what to do, giving you the full insight of the somebody who has the complete knowledge of RS Wave, right? So I'm going to start charging $999 USD per calendar year from end of June 30, right? I have to do this because it's going to take me work. It's going to take me effort, and I have to keep this thing going. I have to keep it updated. I have to keep mentoring people for a lifetime until they understand the waves, until they decide, you know what? I don't need you anymore. I'm going to cancel this subscription. I'm done. Fine. If you're done learning RS Wave, good. You only pay $999 from the 30th of June, and you're done. You can do it all on your own. But I realized that I can help people along the way, not only to learn the waves, but to also guide them, mentor them, even give them insights that they never thought of before, even if they haven't completely learned the program, right? So this is important. It's totally important. That's why, like, 2 days, I didn't go without posting. And you have to ask yourself, where do you lie within the 4 stages of competence when it comes to the waves, right? Are you the kind of person who knows what you don't know? Or are you completely unaware of what you don't know, right? And that's why you follow me. Now, there are certain type of people who follow me, and they know which stage of competence they lie at or they're in, right? Now, they're either unconscious incompetent, they're either conscious incompetence, or they're conscious competence, or they're unconscious competence, right? Now, with RES Wave, to me, the waves, I've been doing it that long that I'm conscious competence. I know my waves, right? So to me, all I can do now is teach people. right? But I'm not going to be there to give free stuff away constantly to people who don't have faith in the system. So therefore, it just comes down to you. What did you think happened now? The market moved back down, right? It did. So what is that to you? What does that mean to you? Does that mean that, oh, we're bearish now? It's looking like it's going down again. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you my chart in just a few minutes. I'm just going to check out the live chat. But I've said what I had to say about that. I'm not going to say it again because I don't need to, right? But I just want to let you know that things are going to change from here on out because I realize how much effort I have to put in. It's not just teaching you the waves, it's also giving you ideas on what you should do and presenting you on a silver platter my ideas, my insight, because I'm explaining like in baby language what you should do, even though you're still learning the waves. So to me, this is far more than just learning the waves. It's also a service. So if you don't learn RS wave in the first year, then you're going to require further assistance. But if you make money in the first year, then obviously, why would you care, right? Why would you care if you have to keep paying 999 USD worth of XLM per year? Why would you care? You just learn in the first year. But the people who've supported the program up until 30th of June, lifetime access, guaranteed, right? So let's go to the chat. Okay, so no, I don't use Instagram. If I happen to be on Instagram, it might have been because of an ad but I don't use it directly. I might turn to it soon as I grow, as this whole methodology increases in scale. I'm going to scale it up, and I know exactly how to scale it up, except all that takes time. All right. So you could imagine, right? One-man person running a one-man show, right? He come up with a methodology. Not only does he have to keep people updated, he has to also mentor people and keep bringing content to people, including the member content, right? I'm on Twitter. I use it primarily to maybe share some thoughts, or mainly just for now, just say, look, we have a live stream starting soon, so you should probably hop on that if you're interested. Otherwise, don't worry about it. You know, I have Telegram, usually for my members, but other people can talk to me on there. I have Facebook, which to me, I haven't updated it lately. No, there's no need, right? So welcome, Pete. Welcome, Ekolai. Ekolai, are you Russian? No, just checking. Good to see you too. So basically, I made you guys wait for a reason, right? Because I knew there's no reason to worry. So why should you be worried, right? If I don't post anything, there's no reason to be worried. Okay. If I say emergency live stream happening now, it's either because I feel like it or because something's happening, right? But this is not one of those times where, oh, something's happening. This is an emergency. We are in a downward spiral of doom. We're in a doom vortex. No, we're not in a doom vortex. We're just kicking it right now, right? We're just kicking it. We're just saying, hey, look, we just want to, get up to speed with what's happening. We want to know what this pattern is and take it from there. But, that's about it. It's nothing else. It's nothing more than that, right? If it was going to be emergency, I would have already turned the chart on. Right? I would have already turned the chart on, and we'd be getting all serious and be like, oh, this is unexpected. This move must be this count now. Now we're looking for this count. No, but I've only done that once, right? Before I thought it was an ending diagonal. Now the whole thing was a type 1 weak wave C, right? So has that changed? No, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The only thing is that it's not going up as quick as you wanted it to. So therefore, maybe you're scratching your head. Maybe you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute. I'm getting worried now because he's not posting anything. So I don't know. I don't know if I should sell. Like, should I sell now? I don't know. You see, that's the problem. You're relying on somebody. That's why I say learn the waves yourself. Then you don't have to rely on anybody. Welcome, Kabeng. Welcome, Exit here. How you doing? Everybody good? Yeah, we're just kicking it here. No big deal. That's it. The only thing changed, you buy more because the price is right. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that show, The Price is Right? Well, you can come on down because the price is right. And if you're a member, you'll understand what's going on the larger scale, right? I've painted this picture out to you many times, except now there's more insights, but I'm not going to be posting all my big insights right now, right? I'm just here for moral support for those who don't know the waves, right? Sure, I'll share some waves. Absolutely, I'll share some waves with you, right? What did we learn recently? Well, we learned that everything moves with Bitcoin. Okay, that's fair enough. What else did we learn? Well, after doing some analysis recently for my members, I learned that the US dollar is in a pattern previously thought, not the pattern previously mentioned. Okay, great. Well, there's a clue. Go look up my previous US dollar analysis. Okay. Long term, you're not going to know long term what's happening with the US dollar, but that's, whatever. That's the type of stuff I give my members now, like big time. And that's going to only get better over time, especially after June 30. Especially after June 30. So welcome, Gabriel. Welcome to the live stream. I am Michael. I'm Chileno. I welcome you. But I'm from Australia, so I speak like this, but I am really Latino. So it's good to see you again. Look, if you don't have money to buy, that's fine. Just hold on to what you got. Don't sell it, right? When I say you should sell it, then you should sell it. For now, you're just here for an entertainment session, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not. I'm just some guy on the internet who knows the waves, who sells a product, a methodology, an ideology, something that I spent 6 years developing, and it cost me more than just time. But you don't want to know about that. That's not important. So here we are. Hopefully with 1000X. Oh, 1000X. We will 1000X, but it's not going to happen in a straight line. Nope. 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 In fact, we're more than 1000X once you see what's going to happen. But the way I'm going to present it to you is going to be in stages, right? So I'm going to track every wave that happens as it happens, right? And you will know. I'm going to tell you, this is wave 3. We're not selling yet, right? We're waiting for wave 5. We sell, and then I'm going to tell you why at that point. If you're a member, I'm going to tell you right now the whole thing straight out, right? It's straight out. I've already done it. I spent the last 2 days thinking about how to present the material, and then I presented it on the members portal, right? But for now, you guys, look, if you guys want to tune in all the time, good. I like an audience. I love speaking about waves, but I'm only going to tell you about what's going on in the short term, right? Because I've already spent a lot of time going over the long term, but recently I've become a lot smarter because I figured out what's actually happening long term even better than before. Now, that does not impact anything that's going on between 2018 and 2022. Nothing. Everything remains the same. It's what comes later that's going to be the big one. But it's more importantly what happens after this zigzag up that's going to be way more important than anything else, because it's going to lead to something that's going to teach you a lesson, right? Teach you a lesson. And when it comes to waves, yes, I speak like I'm a professor, because I am. I profess the waves. 700x looks more likely. You see how you guys keep trying to throw out these numbers out there? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Like, there's no way to know that. Do you have a crystal ball? Do you have a crystal ball? Because if you have a crystal ball, then why are you here? Just how about you share your crystal ball live stream, your crystal ball, because I'd like to see it. Mentors in the house. Ecola, yeah, it's all right. Exit here. See, we keep coming up with these numbers. These numbers. You keep putting them on and on like jumpers. Well, we call them jumpers here, not sweaters. But every number that I see ain't getting better. $2022. Don't worry about 2022. Look, if you're worried about time and money and you just started now, time is the least of your worries, because the markets will wipe you out. They will clean you up so good that you'd be like White King, right? You'd be White King, but you'd be broke, right? You'd be cleaned out. You'd be bleached out. So forget about timing. Learn the waves, understand what we're looking at here. We're not trying to predict the future. We know the future, but we can't understand exactly how many X, how many percentage gains we're going to get short term. We can't unless we see, well, for the D wave, the first wave of a zigzag, right? The first wave of a zigzag. We haven't seen that yet. We're still barely making a wave 2 of, wave A of wave D. You get me? We haven't even seen that yet. But I know you like to talk about these things, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about them. I can show you my chart, but it looks like your one. You remember my last count? My chart still looks the same, right? The only difference is I don't care what happens next because it ain't going down. I just know that we need to see another move up, D, minor D. It's fractal patterns, baby, right? It's fractal patterns. This is a small version of what happened before. It's just a small version. It's the same thing happening all over again at a smaller degree of trend, right? It's all it is. Like, once you learn that, you literally will not even need to turn to a live stream anymore. You just do it for fun. Be like, hey, I'm just here for fun. I know most of you guys are here for fun. I understand, right? So I'm not specifically talking to anybody in particular. I'm just saying it mainly because, you know, I feel the messages that people send me. They're like, hey, are you going to do a live stream today? Hey, where are you? Where'd you go? Are you missing? What happened? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I've been busy, like people get busy, right? If I see a real good reason to post a live stream, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it straight away. I'm like, yep, we need to post. We need to go live now. This is an emergency. Let's go to the war room. Let's get, Barack Obama and George Bush. Probably should invite them. Maybe Trump. Nah, we don't need those people, right? But we're still going to go to the war room and we're going to say, all right, this is a situation. We need to bounce back into the channel, and we did just that already. So we already had that session, but now this is all about kicking it. We're kicking it. You got crystal balls, leg, neck, Neil. Yeah, you better be careful, mate. Don't get too crazy with that. Message retracted. I just want y'all to know that I did not retract that message. That was done by the system or by the person who wrote it. Not. I have a golden eye. Welcome, William. 99, sorry, 9.99 for my crystal ball. Okay. You know how to rap? I do know how to rap. In fact, nah, I won't do it here. We're meant to keep it professional here. "2022 is a long way, bro. A long way, bro. Oh, it's a long way, bro. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. It's a long way, bro. 2022 is a long way, bro. Don't say 2022 because it's a long way, bro. Bruh. It's a long way, bruh. 2022 is a long way, bruh. Don't talk to me about 2022 because it's a long way, bruh. I want to hear October. I want something in August or October. I don't want 22, bruh. Right? Do I control this? Am I in control of how long it takes? No. But you know what? Markets tend to turn at end of year cycles, yearly cycles, sometimes mid-yearly cycles. Like right now, we're in a mid-yearly end of year cycle, right? End of financial year in Australia, end of financial year is actually end of June, right? Sometimes monthly. If you go back through the charts, you'll see that monthly, you see major tops and bottoms on the lower scale, on the lower degree. On the longer degree, you'll notice that things happen towards the end of the year or the start of the year, right? Like, just go back and look. Now, I'm not going to go through that now. William, it's all good, William. I don't take things serious. I just like to talk waves, right? Your chart looks like my chart. My chart doesn't look better than your chart. Okay. Mine just has some labels on it. I don't know what you put in the future. That's up to you. If you have a crystal ball, I want to know. I want to know the link to your crystal ball. In terms of link for your sub is the link for your sub in the comments. What the hell does that mean? Is there a link for my sub? You mean, do you want to subscribe? You can click subscribe. It's a big red button. You can't miss it. If you want to follow me on TradingView or Twitter, go to my website, reswave.com, and all my stuff is there. All my details are there. You can even learn the waves yourself if you go to the learn page. You know, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to show you. I'm here to be a guide. I'm the guiding light. I'm the lighthouse at the end of the tunnel. I'm the light. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, right? I don't think there's a lighthouse. Who the hell told me to say that? Nobody, just me. Yeah. So like I just said, it's more like if you want to learn the waves, go to my website. Otherwise, I don't do that Patreon stuff, Discord, whatever. I don't do that. You either want to learn the waves or you don't. Live streams are free. I give you analysis. You can understand through my previous live streams all about my analysis. If you want to learn it, go for it. If you know, who cares? But right now, we ended a C wave. Okay, we ended a C wave on was it my last live stream or the one before it? I can't remember now. I think it was the one before it. It was on the 21st, 22nd of June, and we're on the 26th. Okay. So that was the bottom. Okay. So if we see the market go below that bottom, I'll call an emergency war room live stream. I'll call George Bush and Barack Obama, and I might even call Yellowstone and Yellen. But the truth is that we are not going down. We are just going up from here. Let me share my screen with you now that you've all got me going. I'm glad to see 21 people, I think. All right, no problem. No problemo. Here we are. All right. All right, cool. No problem. No problemo, William. William, you're such a good man, William. XLM situation room. This is what we get serious. Caught the Pizza Man 2. Welcome, Greg K. Greg K, welcome to the house. It's about time that you showed up. Please press the like button, guys. Listen to Leg Neck Neil. Leg Neck Neil. I don't know how else to say that. Leg Neck Neil. Leg Neck Neil. Leg Neck Neil. Leg Neck Neil. Yeah, I don't know. I'm practicing. Like chemistry. Where are you? Chemistry. It's not chemistry. It's chemistry. That's chemistry, sir. Get it right, son. All right, cool. All right, we're good. All right, so basically from the lows, what we have is wave one. A, B. Okay, so yes, that was a B. That really crummy looking wave up the top here was a B. Yes, it was a B wave. Oh my God, are you surprised? So therefore, what comes after B? Come on, guys. I know that you know this one. It comes after B and it's before D. What is it? don't know what it is, but I can feel it. See? You see? Are you saying? Are you see? So now all I can say about this move is that it's an expanded correction. Okay. So fractal patterns, right? Fractal patterns. The largest move down we've recently seen, this guy down here, the big one, is the same as this guy here, except he's a smaller version. Oh my God. This is like the Russian dolls. This is like the Russian dolls, one inside the other. We're talking about dolls here, one inside the other. Okay. This is purely Russian doll talk, nothing else. Don't take it out of context. Because that could be non-PG otherwise. We're trying to keep it PG here. Yeah. C. All right. So come on, guys. That's it. That's my update. Done. I know we took so long to get there. I know. But you know what? At the end of the day, we need to see 5 waves up. Okay. 5 waves up. We cannot break. If this is a correct count, if this is a valid count, there is no way we're going to break that low. No way. So in terms of retracement using Fibonacci, right? Mr. Fibs over here, we'll put him right there. And he's really shallow. He's really shallow. Mr. Fibs is really shallow. Okay. So that's a good sign because now we're moving up and, you know, he's going to be helping us achieve our goals because he's shallow. Oh, man. It's too fun. It's too fun. I can't explain it. All right. So if we go into the small time frames, all right. So, you know, interesting timing on the live stream mic because we happen to be just going up now. My God, look at that. Shit. How the hell? How did you do it? Can you just tell me how you did it? I didn't do anything. It was the waves. What about sea waves that go up? Exit here has just asked this question that we all must pay attention to right now. What about sea waves that go up? Do you remember that time that I said we were going long at 27 cents? Okay, now Mr. Exit here has pointed out, what about sea waves that go up? Look, all right, I understand. I got it wrong. Okay, fine. So basically what happened was we broke a new low back on, it was around here. It was around the 20th of June. And we saw this move up. That was a sea wave that went up. Is that what you're referring to? Because yes, I was wrong. I was wrong because it came back down and freaked most people out, but not me. I just thought, you know what? My count's wrong. So yeah, that was an A, B, C, D, E for wave 4. So that's a C wave that went up. So thank you for highlighting that, sir. There you have it. Okay. Yes, C waves do go up as well, but that's part of a bear market correction. Okay. Now, when you're looking at a bullish, bullish, bullish bull market correction, you have to understand that C waves point to the downside. Okay. When the market is bearish, the C wave points up. But because this C wave is pointing down, this is bullish. Okay. So why do you want to bring the C wave to the upside? Comment up. I'd like to know. Are you trying to say something there, sir? Do you know the waves? Are you better than me? Well, the truth is you can become better than me. Just learn the waves yourself, right? But until you do that, you're stuck watching me here and talking all this stuff that, nobody wants to hear, but we all know that it's cool and it doesn't suck. So let's keep it going. So tonight I went out. I was out with my grandparents and my mother. We went to the lobster cave and we bought this tower of seafood, and it was meant for 2 people. But because I've been there before, I said, nobody can eat that, right? That's too much food for 2 people. You need like 4 people. So we said, you know what? Let's get for 2 people, and everybody was happy. And then I got home, and then I thought, you know what? I should do a live stream. And here we are. So happy to be doing this right now. It's Saturday Night Fever in Australia, in Melbourne, and we're kicking it. We're kicking it right now. So please. I'm just kidding, Exit here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. I did not take you seriously. Trust me. I just did that because that's just my personality, right? I like to remember things, and it actually activates my memory because I could think of so many waves. Like I have a photographic memory. So when I think of C waves, I can tell you 9/11 was part of a C wave, right? Corona was a C wave. This last move down since the highs was a C wave. That little move down there is a C wave. What other C waves can I think of? Let me think. 2017 US dollar down was a C wave. Okay, but you're talking about up. So you just go to the euro, and then it was like 2017 up was a C wave. It's stuff like that. Like I just like to bring it up. I'm not trying to contest you. I just like talking waves. So it gives me more stuff to talk about, because you guys know, you can see this thing's starting to move up, all right? So I don't have to like talk about, oh, look at it. Oh my God, this thing is slowly starting to move up. I need to call my agent so we can place a bet, because I don't know how to work the damn machine. How do you work that Binance chart? That thing there? No, it's not about that at all. The only thing I'd be asking myself right now, though, if I knew anything about RS waves, if I knew anything about waves at all, I'd be asking myself, is that a C wave alone? That's the only thing I'd be asking right now. Is that just a C wave? Or is there something else going on here? Right? Now you need to like, okay, it's good to have fun, but you need to get serious sometimes, right? So when you see such a move like this, you need to say, okay, so we've seen a move come back down as such, but what if C wave ended like around here? What if? Just ask yourself that question because this looks weird, right? And then you go, okay, so what could potentially cause that to happen? So that means I'd have to go to the minute chart for a minute and then have a look at the consistency of the patterns, right? So the first move down here, I can see a little wave one. I can see maybe potentially sharp wave two because I can see a three. Then I can see a four. Can you see what I'm doing here? Hmm. All right. So thank you for all the comments that make no sense. What? No? Gamble with your own money? I mean, who else's money are you going to gamble with? I mean, invest. Yes. There's a difference between investment and gambling. If I can tell you a special wave theory that you could understand it, then it's not gambling, sir. It's called investing. But if you go and throw your money away into the market, then perhaps you could call it gambling. I don't know, sir. You have to be the measure of your own success. I don't know. I remember you mentioned we're supposed to get out of the bottom with haste. The bottom with haste. I don't remember saying that. Sloppy wave B. Sloppy wave B. Okay. Watch what you say about wave Bs because they can only be wave Bs when they're broken. When they're broken. Okay. And you know what? It actually is a wave B, guaranteed. You know why? And that's why I speak the way I do, because if I didn't have any good reason to speak, I'd be a freaking idiot and I'd be proven wrong time and time again. But you know what's really funny about that? Sloppy B, right? Is that on the Bitcoin chart, this low was actually broken. Okay, let me show you. All right, let's go to the Bitcoin chart. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Holy, holy matrimonial. Mother of God. Look, it came back to retest the break of the lows, but it didn't break any rule, right? So how much did it retrace on Bitcoin after the bounce? Wave one. It hit 0.618, but it retested the break of the lows. So can you say that Mr. Phibbs played a role in this support? Or did Mr. Phibbs was full of shit, right? And it was actually the break of the lows that was being tested. Okay. So no matter how you look at it, Mr. Phibbs probably full of shit anyway. But the point is that it's going up now. And no rule was broken. So basically, when it comes to this move, right, we have a 1. So let's put it here, 1. Okay. Then we have an A, because nothing else it could be. I've already explained this to you before in the previous live stream. And then we have a B, which is up to the upside, looking sloppier than a sloppy Joe burger on the C, because it's getting weak, because it wasn't a wave 3, right? You get me? Right? Because for anybody who thought that this was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, no, it's not, because that's Elliott wave and that doesn't work. So basically it's A, B, C. But the question I'm asking you now, is this a CDE pattern that's lost its mind? Now, because it's bouncing, I would be inclined to say, you know what? It could be, right? So therefore, what would be the level? In my opinion, it would be up here, right? And we have to call this a magenta line. We have to bring in the magenta line, okay? So we'd have to say, look, if we break this high here, I don't know what that one's doing there. And that one is just goodbye. So this is a weird wave, okay? Because look, if you look closely, right, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Whether it's here, here, here. The problem is, do you know what's in here? Is that a full 3-wave correction here? Or is it part of this? So let's take a look, right? Because the last move up in the correction cannot be a zigzag. No, not according to RS wave. So that gives us a clue, right? So let's look at this. Is this a 5-wave? It does not look like a 5-wave move. Come on, man. I don't even have to zoom into that. That's not a 5-wave move, but we're going to zoom in anyway, right? Let's go to the 5-minute chart, okay? All right, here we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So you got to ask yourself, what is this here? Is that a 5-wave move? Hmm. You know what? It could be. It actually could be. But so if we're going to think that, then we need to go back a bit. So here we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means we had 1, 1, 2. Look, I'm always going to say this. Trying to figure out waves at the small degree is really hard. So for me to do this live, you guys, come on, man. It's not easy. All right. So potentially what it is 1. Come on. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. Awesome. Okay, so on this particular chart, it looks like potentially we could be seeing a CDE pattern. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that this correction is over. Okay. It means that wave 2 ended down here. Okay. On Bitcoin. So now we need to see a break of that magenta line and a break of the highs, and we're going straight up, wave 3. So this needs to get sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper directly upwards overnight in order to be correct. And there's no way in hell that's going to be anything else, because number one, that wave there looks completely different than anything that happened here. That is a 3-wave move. You can make it a 5-wave move, but you have to meet certain criteria, which RS Wave explains. But in this particular case, we've made a 0.618 retracement. Now we're looking for a break of that 32,715. Once we see a break of 32,715, I would say we're moving up sharply, and we're going to start moving up sharply in wave 3, and we're just going to keep going up. Okay, that's it, done. That's Bitcoin analysis right there, short term. Now let's go back to XLM, but before we do that, I'm just going to check back on the live chat. Ekolai, I don't have Indian accent. I'm just like trying to like be different characters, you know? I'm trying to like, you know, make a different character. I love everybody. I don't have an opinion on people. I love everybody. I have Indian friends. I have Chinese friends. I have, you know, Malaysian friends, Vietnamese friends. I have French friends. I have everything. I have all friends, right? I'm just trying to give you an example. All right. There's no accent as such. It's just an example. Okay. With an accent. When we touched 27 cents and it went to 30, you said something looks off because it didn't fly out, if I remember right. That's right. I did say that. All right. But the thing is, my count was wrong, right? Because I thought we were in an ending diagonal, but the whole thing was a weak wave C. So we had to change the whole view. Therefore, not just the wave 5 was wrong. It was the whole view was a different pattern. And that's how we maintain this current view, is because we see it now, not only in XLM, but in BTC. But also, if you remember, you will understand what's going on the USD side, and that will give you complete transparency as to what's going on across the board, even though cryptocurrencies trade during the weekend, so we know what they're doing. But we also understand what's going to happen to the USD on Monday, right? Because we can expect certain waves to happen at certain times. And as long as we identify the waves correctly, and we have enough evidence to back up our claims, then we can definitely make assumptions. Now, I make assumptions all the time. I'm not always right. But the difference is that I have an alternative. I have a good damn good reason why I'm wrong, right? Whereas other people, they can just assume that they were wrong, but they don't really understand why they were wrong. So therefore, they have to come up with some other factor. You know, I don't know. Maybe they're going to turn to indicators or oscillators or Alligators, I don't know where you live, but some people turn to alligators. I don't know what people look at, to be honest, but my counts are purely based on the methodology itself. I do use RSI sometimes just to determine whether or not a wave 3 was a wave 3, which is actually compelling in my latest member update, which I gave to my members recently, because it just totally rips apart, like an alligator, rips apart previously thought ideas which weren't quite accurate. So we're in a process of understanding where this is why it's called interpretations of the waves. I'm an interpreter. Okay. The waves are speaking to me and I'm an interpreter. How do I know how to interpret? Because I know RES wave, because I learned the waves. All right. So I'm just an interpreter, just like you would get an interpreter of a language to speak to you because you don't understand the language, right? If you become an interpreter, you can understand the language, right? What they're trying to tell you. So to me, learning RES wave, you become an interpreter. So whenever I'm wrong, it's not because the methodology is wrong. It's because the interpreter's wrong and you should get fired or sacked or whatever. But unfortunately, there's only one of me, so you can't sack me, right? So therefore, I'm trying to hire more people to know this stuff better than me, which is kind of like why people sign up. But as I mentioned before, after the 30th of June, it's going back to $9.99 USD. And from that point on, it's going to be a yearly subscription because I'm putting in the work. I'm trying to be the best interpreter that I can. And I'm going to give you my opinion constantly, all the time, forever. Well, at least forever for the people who signed up before the end of June. Forever. You have lifetime access, guys. All right. But for the people who sign up after the end of the month, they have to pay $9.99 USD, the full price, but they're going to pay that every single year. Because I realized up here that I should reward my early members with full lifetime subscription because they supported me. All right. Have you ever felt supported before? Don't you feel good towards those people? Don't you want to give them better things than the other people who kind of came along later and said, oh, you're doing good. And only because I looks like you're doing good that I want to help you. Yeah, great. No worries. But the point is that this shit works and I'm going to prove it to you, right? So every single video that I post, every single live stream that I post, is not me trying to figure out the waves. I don't need to figure out the waves. I'm an interpreter of the waves using RES wave, right? So if something doesn't look right, I look into it further like I just did before, right? So are we seeing the same thing on XLM that we're seeing in Bitcoin? Well, I'd have to look into it, and I will. And I might do that in just a second after I check some more live chat out, and I'll get to that in a sec. Welcome in, Vino. Ecolai, I told you already. We stopped that. We stopped thinking that way. Okay, we don't think BTC going down, XLM go up. No, we stopped thinking that way. Okay, me looking at the wrong way at the XLM BTC chart. Okay, for a little while. Okay, but now we're in tune. That's why I put out 40 minutes worth of analysis to my members today, this morning. And there's more coming over the next few days, right? I put out 40 minutes of content to my members this morning, talking about how BTC is the leader, right? But that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that other coins won't outperform it in the long run. Okay. And I provided sufficient evidence to suggest that it won't. I provided sufficient evidence to suggest that XLM will indeed outperform Bitcoin in the long run, but it's not going to be in a straight line, right? I explained it in detail, in so much detail, that in fact, if there's a member on here right now, can you please just say how much detail if you've seen it? Just please say something, guys, if you're out there. Because seriously, if you don't understand the bigger picture, you're not going to understand what I'm doing here, right? You know, you all you're going to do is say, "Oh, when are we going to see a dollar 50 or $5, or when are we going to see $160?" Right? But the thing is, right, you're not getting the point. You're not understanding why. How can we come up with any kind of guesstimation or target? But now my view has changed. But I'm not gonna reveal it here first, because you know what? I have consistently told you that we can't really make a real estimate until we see a wave D, right? We're still in the process of it, and it's pretty slow process. Do you want me to show you how slow it is? No, I'm serious. Do you want me to show you how slow it is? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Now, think about this for a second, right? Let's get rid of all the fancy, colorful crap off the screen, all right? Now, have a look at this, okay? We're in a daily chart now. So we saw a hammer, not bad. But then we saw a small candle. You could call it a spinning top, because you can't quite call that a doji candle. But we saw a confirming green candle. Okay, so that's technically, that's a harami pattern, which means a pregnant woman candle, right? That's actually a thing. Look it up. A bullish harami pattern. But it's not quite the kind of, it's like it's got multiple different patterns here. Like you've got a hammer. Now a hammer is described by the wick being at least twice as long as the body. Okay, so learn your candles. That's important. All right, but then you've got a spinning top, because it's not quite a doji. So, but when you put a small body green candle next to a red candle that's longer, that's a harami pattern. They call it the pregnant lady, right? So that's supposed to be a reversal trend reversal pattern, right? So then you had the bullish green candle, which closed above the previous candle. Okay, so that there is like, it's almost like a morning star pattern, but it's not quite. It's like a multitude of patterns, right? But then we saw this other crap, right? Now, some of you might think, oh, but that's a dark cloud cover candle pattern. Well, yes, technically, but we're not at a top, right? Now, if you listen to Steve Nissen the way I have, and believe me, I've listened to so much Steve Nissen stuff that literally I could literally talk like Steve Nissen right now, but you don't want to hear me talk in his accent. A dark cloud cover, yeah, you don't want to do that. So this is not actually a dark cloud cover, because it's not at the top of a trend. Dark cloud cover. I can't even say how he says it. But, like this hasn't even closed yet. It's got 8 hours to close. So in 8 hours, will it close? Like, it doesn't matter. Candles can only be used at the top or bottom of trends. So bullish, this is bullish. Bearish, that candle pattern means jack, right? Up here, right, this doji up here meant something. that doji meant something. Oh, we had, do you know what they call that? Well, they call it the three black crows, right? The three black crows, we had three consistently lower red candles in a row. They call it the three black crows, right? That's the bearish signal. What happened after that? Boom, had a smackdown. But the thing is, right, that it's not the candles that we're using here. We're using the waves. But it does not hurt to understand every single aspect of how people are looking at the patterns, right? So here we are, me talking to you about candles. Now, does that tell you that I know about stuff? Or does that tell you that he's all RS wave, he doesn't think about anything else but himself? And he even made it about himself, and he even called it RS wave because that's his surname. Okay, sure. Hey, Pete, how many members do I have? Many. Many. I'm not going to tell you how many I have. It's more than 10. It's less than 100. Okay. That's the honest truth. But the thing is that it takes a lot of work. Okay. It's not a walk in the park, but at the same time, I'm trying to help these people along the way. That's why it's called the Mentor Learn program, because you don't just learn based on what I put on the portal. I'm constantly in contact with people. I'm constantly in contact with whoever wants to contact me, whoever signed up. Excuse me for a sec. Okay. Yes. Sorry about that. I'm constantly in contact with people and I'm trying to help them, right? I'm trying to help them learn it faster. I'm trying to offer them more than they paid for, right? That's why from the end of June, you're not just going to be paying for, um, you're not just going to be paying for learning RS Wave. You're going to be literally paying for the person who designed RS Wave, who developed RS Wave, to be continuously giving you the best insights possible on the portal, right? Understand? So yeah, I could offer, two programs. One where, you learn it, the other where you mentor. No. If you're dedicated, you're going to learn it in the first year and you won't need me after that. You won't need me after that. So you can just sign up 1 year, done. You learn it, right? As long as you follow the rules and don't share the content and copy it, keep it to yourself, no problem, right? Because there are legal ramifications if you do. That's why you sign an NDA agreement, right? Which is tracked via IP address, and there's also other measures in place. But the point is here that we want you to learn it, but I also want you to, be in touch with me, right? Because I can actually shortcut the time that it takes by giving you whatever attention you need answering all your questions, having Zoom meetings, having Telegram conversations, just constantly being in contact. It doesn't bother me. To me, it's like I work in IT. Do you know how many people I'm in contact with all the time in IT? Like literally live a double life here, and it doesn't bother me at all. I'm fine with it. The difference is though, the early people get rewarded. The later people, the people who come in late, they're going to have to just basically take a number and get in line. But they're still going to get the same attention. They're just going to have to pay for more, that's all. But they're going to have to pay it yearly, right? Because I understand now, like I do everything on RS Wave. I designed it, I developed it, I made the website, I run all the social media. I created the web. I know how to create the website. I know how to run it. All the business aspect of it. I also know a lot about the agendas and narratives that's going on. I have so much knowledge to share, but it comes a point where it becomes overwhelming, right? So I can only afford to spend the time on those who really are willing to sacrifice their time and their energy, which, can be money in the form of XLM, basically, because everything is energy. Money is energy, right? It's just a unit of energy. Unfortunately, they're printing too much money these days that they're forcing other forms of currency to develop in their own ways. And that's going to be the new energy of the future, right? So it just depends on what you know. You can learn a lot more if you tune in, pay attention, right? So I'm just going to go to the live chat for a second before I actually explain to you what I was going to explain to you at the bottom of this chart, all right? Because I'm going to compare this to some previous time where this same thing happened, and it just always happens. In Vino, Mike, many predict massive increase till the end of 2021. I don't disagree. Based on what? No idea. Probably BS. I don't know. It's very interesting though, because the way I see it, there are a lot of agendas and narratives going on in respect to the Great Reset. Okay. Recently, I've come across some material which I'm still yet to get into this weekend that explains what. Well, I already knew what their plan is, but it explains officially through research why we're coming towards the end of currencies as we know it, right? Now, I'm not saying that we're coming towards the end of the US dollar. It's going to crash. Oh my God. It's the end of the world. No, it's the end of currencies as you know it, right? And this is part of the reason why you need to educate yourself, not only in the waves, but also you need to be in contact with the right people. I'm one of those people, by the way, because I understand exactly what's going on here. All right. So the end of currencies doesn't mean that the US dollar is going to crash and die and burn and that's it, it's done. It means that they're going to introduce CBDCs, right? Central bank digital currencies, right? So that's going to lead to control, loss of privacy, complete loss of privacy, and also basically loss of freedom, social credit score systems like in the CCP, China Communist Party. In fact, I keep referring back to this. The CCP was originally funded by the Rothschilds, right, as a test bed. If you look back in history and go back to the Great Famine, the Great Cultural Revolution, the Great Depression, the Great Reset, are you starting to see a pattern here? Okay, anything that's got the word great in it isn't great. It's far from great, right? So where did the virus start? China. Where was the first digital CBDC, central bank digital currency created? China. Digital yuan. You want to make a bet that that's not true? Do you want to make a bet that US won't do the same thing? Do you want to make a bet that cryptos isn't a way out of the system, a way out for the people who get into it early, right? Because there are going to be people who benefit from this global shift in the global narrative, the global agenda. Go back to the 90s. How much has life changed for you since the 90s? Can you remember what life was like? I mean, I grew up in the 90s, you know? Can you remember what it was like back then? I had no idea what politics was like. But all I can tell you right now that it's a whole lot different. Every 10 years, things change dramatically. From the 90s, 2010, 2020. Could you imagine 2030? Holy moly. Wow. 2040. Wait, do you have kids? What could this possibly mean for them? Right? That's why I'm not just, I have two children. I have two girls. They're both very young, right? Do we really want our children to live in a world where we have this kind of control? Or do we want to sort of give them some kind of assurance that they don't have to live exactly the way that other people live in this world at the time using what they're trying to do against us? Okay? It's all up to you. It's in your hands. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm talking to you, but all I know is that I know the waves and I'm trying to teach people. So if you want to learn it, there's a reason why I'm here, because nothing happens for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. So therefore, you either want to learn it or you don't. Doesn't mean I'm not going to keep telling you what you should maybe do, because I'm not a financial advisor, but it definitely does indicate that there are definitely forces of nature that are good and bad. Some work for you, some work against you. But in this case, it's pretty obvious that the whole reason why we have these bear markets is because we have terrible situations where not only do they want to keep it going, the people who are in control want to keep it going because it's in their best interest to keep it going, right? They don't want to let it go down because then they'll lose power. And if they lose power, they lose control. And if they lose control, that's not going to happen. They don't want to lose control. So they have to keep doing what they're doing. So inflation is inevitable. Thanos is inevitable, but inflation is more inevitable than Thanos, right? Because of the powers that be who keep printing money. So therefore, cryptos is the people's money. The people's money, right? It's not illegal to create your own money. It's not. Look it up. You are allowed to create your own money. Okay. So why is cryptos going up long-term bull? Because it's the people's money. If you get left behind, you will not survive. Simple as that. You will stay in the matrix. You will not exit the matrix. You will literally still be plugged in till you die. If you want to escape the matrix, you need to learn the waves, because the waves are the matrix and you're trying to beat the matrix. How can you beat the matrix if you don't know the waves? You tell me how that works. I don't know how you could possibly do that. Okay. So, okay, maybe I'm talking BS. Fine. Tell me I'm talking BS. Wait until June 30 and then realize that I'm not talking BS and then pay $999 USD yearly. Thank you for not supporting me before the 30th of June. Because if you support me after the 30th of June, it ain't going to mean shit to me either. Because it's not about that. It's not about that. Right? Because I know the waves. I'm an interpreter, remember? I just talk about the waves. Right? I'm here for a reason. I already have enough. But for some reason, I'm like Steve Harvey. Started off in comedy. Now I deliver a message. That's me. Now I'm delivering a message. So take it as you will. I'll be continuing to do what I do, but you need to take action for you, because it's not for me. It's not for anybody else. It's for you. It's for your own personal satisfaction more than well-being, because well-being, you can have it on a UBI, universal basic income. You can have well-being, but for your personal satisfaction, knowing that you're in control, that's a different level than having UBI, right? And I'm not talking about UB me. I'm talking about UBI, universal basic income. And you know what? When AI takes over everything, that's all they're going to give you. That's all they're going to have left for you, because you won't be needed anymore. You'll be obsolete. Exit here asks, curious, your schedule for your mentor program, different time zones, work schedules. Can you make it work for you? Are you kidding me? Of course. I do this all the time. Most of my students live in USA. I'm in Australia. Literally, like most of my students are in the USA. Completely opposite time zone than I. Those that want to communicate with me. Just fine. You know what it is, actually? I'm going to say this right now. Most of my students aren't ready to communicate yet. Some of them have been, but most of them they're not ready to communicate. You know why? Because they haven't absorbed the material, because the material is so dense. It's dense, right? It's like lead. It's dense. It's not like Elliott wave, which is like aluminium. Arias wave is like lead. It gets you. It really sinks you into waves, right? Elliott wave is like bullshit, right? Go pick up some bullshit and pick up some lead. Which one's heavier, right? Oh, the lead seems a little. Yeah, no, the lead's heavier. Actually, fuck, the lead's shit. Sorry, it's too much swearing. This is PG, I think. But you get what I'm saying, right? There's a difference between real and bullshit. Okay. So this is my future. This is my purpose. This is what I'm here for. Okay. As this grows, I'm going to be more in tune. I'm going to be more for my students. I'm going to be more for your well-being. I'm going to be more for creating ideas, and I'm going to be more for updating you constantly, like I've started doing in my portal. This is going to grow bigger than you ever expected, right? Because I can see the waves clear as day. So that's not a problem for me. I don't have a problem. I didn't even have to be here tonight, except so many people kept saying, "Where are you? Where did you go? Hello, whatever, you know." And you know what? I love being here. But I just wanted to make you think for yourself, why do I need to wait for someone else to tell me what's happening in the markets? Okay, that's all. I just wanted you to know that. I wanted you to think for yourself for a moment, right? When you don't have that person telling you what's going on, then how the hell are you going to make a decision for yourself if you have to go to Magic Poop Cannon? Go watch Magic Poop Cannon, because he'll just say, just buy the dip all the way to the top, all the way, all the way. We're going up, but we're not always going up in a straight line. We're not always going up in a straight line. And you know that. So I don't even care how many people sign up. I don't even care. I care about quality over quantity, right? Because you know what? I realized in this world, do you know how many people I try to tell what's really going on in this world? And they look at me, I'm like crazy. I'm like, really? Come on, man. Come on. Ah, man. Really? Come on. I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just forget about it. How about I just go talk to somebody else who actually understands what I'm talking about, right? Because you don't. Do you know how many friends I've lost like that? Family members, I'm actually pretty happy with my family because they actually don't act that way. But a lot of people that I know, they're just like, they put the mask on and be like, I'm gonna go get the vaccine, the AstraZeneca, the Pfizer, the microchip vaccine. What, I don't know, whatever they call it these days. I don't I don't know because I don't get it. But like, I don't care about that because it's all up here. Whatever you put up here is whatever you put out there. Whatever you put up here is is important, right? In Vino, no, 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 no. I never take anything personally. If all CBDC are controlled by banks, how will we all use cash out other than cryptos in daily life? Okay, so basically, the answer to that is, if they decide to regulate cryptos, right? You don't want to be using dodgy coin, dodgy coins. I'm not being specific here. You don't want to use dodgy coins, dodgy, dodge, you know, dodgy coin, dog coin. Sorry, did I say dog? I meant dodgy coins. You don't want to use dodgy coins because most likely eventually they'll be regulated. And from what we know, XLM is abiding by the rules. They're, you know, um, regulatory compliant. So is Cardano regulatory compliant. So is USDC regulatory compliant. XRP in the process of being regu regulatory compliant. I don't know what else is really regulatory compliant, but technically, you you can't really ban something that's decentralized. Technically. I mean, all this rhetoric with Bitcoin in China right now is just a massive buy the dip opportunity because most people are like, oh my God, China does not want Bitcoins and they mine the most Bitcoin in the world. That means Bitcoin is going to crash. Really? It's going to crash again? Because it's done that a few times, right? But what seems to happen every time uh, Bitcoin crashes? Somehow, some way, it seems to bounce. Oh my God. I'm so surprised. That is amazing. How does that keep happening every time? Are we living in an inflationary environment where the Fed prints money unlimited? Yeah, yeah, I suppose. Maybe that's why. Maybe people are starting to realize that we live in a fictitious world where money isn't real anymore, but we need real money. So how can we make real money? Well, people have started to make their own real money. And in this world of Internet of Things, that we're going to need different forms of money for different forms of things that use the Internet of Things. So how about we just let AI take over the world? Who cares? How about we just get the cryptos we need right now because we're early in the game, and then we can distribute our cryptos wherever they need to be. And we don't need to worry about working because AI will help us in the fourth industrial revolution. And then we can all just live happily ever after, right? Whilst all this bullshit goes on and everybody else is trying to fight the great fight in the rat race battle. Fine. I'm happy to do that. All right. But I'm not going in that rat race battle. I don't want to run that race because it's not worth it. Okay. They keep printing that money and I keep working for that money. Why am I spending my time working for money when that money is being literally monopoly money printed? Like, let's just pull out a printer and print money. Hey, let's make it look official, right? Let's make it real currency, legal tender. Okay. You know what? Screw your money. Cryptos beat your money. Cryptos beat your money anytime, right? And in the future, crypto beat your money any day. Crypto beat your USD. Crypto beat your AUD. Crypto beat your U1. Crypto beat anything. Be street smart. Don't be silly, right? We're in the beginning of a major event. If you're not early, you be down. You be losing. You be still part of the old system. What's the great reset all about? The new system. What's XRP and XLM all about? The new system. What's the US dollar and all other fiat currencies all about? The old system. I don't need to be any clearer with this stuff, man. I did my research. If you think this is going down, buy more. If you think this is going up, be aware. So basically what I'm trying to say is that even though you can create your own money, you may still have to exchange it for the legal or the accepted payment crypto at the time. So maybe Dogecoin does go up, but will the bakery accept it? Will your local supermarket accept it? Right? Maybe you need to convert it into XLM or XRP, right? Before it's accepted, right? And I can see this fast approaching, fast shit, faster than tap, tap, go, go, right? Use your phone to tap, tap. Why can't you use XRP for tap, tap or XLM to tap, tap? Mm, right. There's just no freaking difference what you're tapping with. It's your damn phone, right? You're tapping the damn thing, right? Does it come out of your ass, or does it come out of your XLM, or does it come out of your bank account? Does it make it? Does the phone care where it comes from? The phone don't give a shit where you're purchasing from. It don't care, right? Don't it don't care. Trust me. It's just a piece of equipment. You can tell it what to do, right? It's up to you guys to be aware of what it's capable of doing. Because you could be tapping tomorrow with XLM, or you could be tapping with XRP in the future, in the next 5-10 years. But you could be tapping that shit with millions of dollars worth of that in your account. And you'd be like, I just want to buy some bread. I just want to buy some alcohol. Give me 6 boxes of Jim Beam, and I'm going to the Caribbean. And I don't care about much right now because I have my RV and my SUV and my Lambo and my girlfriend and my wife on the side. You know, like seriously, do you even know where we're going? Do you even understand where we're going? This is not going to be the same world in 10 years from now. It's going to be twice as different as the last 20 years. Put it that way. So all I can say to you right now is that you're in the beginning of something massive. Doesn't matter if you're in Bitcoin, XLM, any crypto. Because even if you had Bitcoin at the top, you still would have had to suffer 50% losses, sometimes even up to 90% losses at certain times. And you're only human. You're only human. What, did you endure all that? Did you really endure all those losses and you made profit? Be honest with yourself. Did you really? Okay. Now, if you want to be ahead of the curve, you need to know the waves. Because if you haven't endured those losses, then you've actually quite, basically, kind of broken even. That's not really going to help you in the future, because where we're going, they're going to wipe you clean like White King. I told you already, the White King's coming. It's coming. It's coming for you. It's going to wipe you out. All right. I don't need to say anymore. So one more thing I wanted to show you though. I'll check the live stream chat first. Ecolite, no group discounts at all. You know why? Because it's not worth it. Now, let's go down to March 2020. Well, actually, if you're talking about group discounts, you got to be talking about 10 or more, and then maybe we can, do something. But apart from that, not really. All right, let's have a look here. March 2020. What happened at the bottom of C wave? Now, by the way, this was a C wave as well. If you don't understand, we saw, a harami pattern. The pregnant labor. This was a big harami pattern. And then we had a couple of down movements, but nothing broke the low, and we went straight up. Okay. Now, this is just to illustrate that just because we have a reversal, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen in a straight line, like boom. Well, it is kind of boom, but it takes time. Okay. Takes time. Okay. So how many candles did it take before we broke back above the highs, which would have been, I don't know, the previous high? Let's say here. Okay. So we take our measurement ruler and we go, since that last high to the next high, it took about 30 days. Okay. 30 days. But hey, you know what? It wasn't a bad move. It actually produced some interesting results. In fact, if you go back and measure those results, let's take a measurement again. And that is about, roughly around 2,500%. So 2,500%. Yeah, it's not too bad. I could live with that in a space of, say about, 436 days, about a year and a half, maybe. That's not too bad. I could do with that. That's, maybe less than a year and a half. But the point is that the one thing, like I remember once upon a time, I used to actually watch some Elliott wave teaching sessions. You could call them, they're like kind of like I can't remember what they used to call them, like webinar, seminar, or something. And they used to talk about stuff like, markets, they're like a car. When a car turns a corner, it takes time. The car slows down before it turns the corner. It's like, and then it goes. Markets are much like that, right? They don't just turn a corner, go. Sometimes it does happen, right? But usually, and if you look at the small degree, especially in the daily chart, at the small degree, markets take time to turn, right? It's like when you're turning a corner, you slow down and then you speed up. The same thing happens with the markets, right? So the same thing is happening right now, which is why I'm very careful with how I try to explain these moves to people, because they don't understand that we have nowhere near seen 30 days here for sure. For sure. But we have all the signs of a reversal. So right now, it's all about that faith, that passion, that knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how could I be sitting here right now saying what I'm saying, having that faith, that passion, that knowledge, if I didn't spend 6 years learning this stuff, right? How could I? You can't. You can't do that because in 30 days or less, I will be wrong. And then you'll be like, what's your new target, Mike? I'll be like, well, you see, no, we can't have that BS, right? We can't have that kind of BS. So that's why I'm telling you, early adopters get rewarded. Late adopters, you're paying for it, buddy. You're paying for it. This is a turning point. This is a turning point. This is a slow and weak wave C. We're going to see a wave D. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's going to happen. All right. All right, guys, look, there's not much going to happen for a while. The only thing that's going to happen from here until next time is June 30 is coming closer. So you make up your mind where you want to be. But if you want to just follow my videos, you can subscribe. You can hit the notification bell like everybody says to, or you can go to my TradingView profile, which is on my website. You can just sign up to that, or even follow me there. But you can add me on Twitter so you can understand when I'm going to produce more content. You can learn it yourself and become a part of the community, which will eventually grow. And I'm going to make sure that it's a quality community, right? It's going to be very good quality the way I do it, right? Because I don't care about the money. It's more about the quality over the quantity. June 30, 999 USD XLM yearly from now on. After June 30, yearly. Now it's 499 USD lifetime. Lifetime access. But from June 30, it's yearly 999 USD. So it's gonna be the same for me as it always was. But the difference is that I'm gonna have a good community, a reliable one. After June, I'm gonna start the group. It's gonna be like closed group on Facebook, which might be Facebook. I'm still considering my options, where we're going to have all the members together, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts, and we want this community to grow. We want to learn. We want to share ideas. I want to see how the people learning share ideas. I want to see how they communicate with each other. I want to also help them if they need it, but I want to see how this thing goes. This is like a massive, huge, amazing experiment, which is proven. But the people, I want to see how they deal with this wave theory because it's next level. So everybody take care. Thank you for joining once again. My name is Michael Arias, creator of Arias Wave, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.